Hey everybody, and welcome to Lounge TV. I'm Uncle Larry.
And I'm Tom.
And you're just hanging out with
Us.
me and thee.
Yeah, you don't have to rhyme every single thing ever.
Sorry, Tom. You know, you got a little yellow spot there. Did you get some mustard there?
No, that's still leftover bruising from my wisdom teeth, so...
I don't know if you guys could see it. Look that way.
You might not be able to see it. But no, I don't know if I said it or was coherent enough for you to understand if I did say it, but I got my wisdom teeth out recently. All 4 of them. 3 of them didn't need stitches, 1 did, and that's the one that has the bruise. And that's the one that I can still kind of feel a little bit. It doesn't really hurt, but it's kind of uncomfortable, but... What? Understandable.
Skeeter.
Yeah. Is it still alive?
I don't know.
I think there's super mosquitoes around here.
He actually looked like he got it the whole thing like this, and he took his hand out and it went right at him.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, sorry guys. We did a squirrel moment just there.
A little bit, but I mean...
it was a mosquito
mosquitoes,
moment. Yeah.
They suck. Literally. And figuratively. But yeah, so... That's why I have a glass with me right now, because dry socket's a thing, and I don't want to get that. So I'm just to be sure, I'm going on the longer term of just drinking out of this so I don't accidentally...
They say he's on antibiotics and he's... You still on them?
No, I finished those
a
couple days ago.
Alright, quit your whining then. You're good. What? So anyway, yeah, so that's the update on Tom when he's talking normal. He doesn't look high.
Normal.
Doesn't look high or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, for the most part, he had his wits about him. So, I mean, like... And
surprisingly, yes.
Yeah, and I've heard some things about some people have it really rough. Like, I think Joe's wife had hers out and she got dry socket and it was really bad.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
Oh.
she got it for like a few days afterwards. So, I guess you get a stronger antibiotic for that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is with that is that basically when you get a wisdom tooth out, it starts trying to create a clot there to kind of replace the matter that used to be there so the gum can heal over top of it. And when you get dry socket, the clot comes out.
Gotcha.
And it looks like it's dried up whether or not it actually is, which is why it's called dry socket.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use a straw or like to be sucking on that bottle or whatever.
Even though, really, I guess if I just like that would be fine.
Yeah, it's a little hard to drink like that.
A little bit.
So that's what Tom's been up to, healing, right?
Pretty much.
The main point that we wanted to do a video today, now that Tom just blabbed on about himself. I'm just kidding. No, I'm glad you did give an update. I mean,
it's an important
especially
update.
since you look like you have mustard on your chin. It really looks like mustard. It is bright yellow. He's turning it into a golden finch. That's what's happening right now.
He only says it because he saw a goldfinch recently, so it's on his mind.
Yeah, it was like it looked like it was like chartreuse. It was unbelievable how bright it was. Yeah, I thought I was in the tropics or something because we just had to see. I'm doing a squirrel thing again.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to stay focused, guys. Anyway, let's get back to the video. The reason why we wanted to do this video is mostly to talk about the last video that you guys would have just watched. He just got done editing it, and it took you how long? To kind of
put things a little bit in perspective, it took for editing about 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours, guys. And this is what I'm saying. This whole video is about trying to make money off of YouTube, how hard it actually can be sometimes, and such little reward for how much effort goes into something. Like a video like this will actually be more of a reward because there's way less work that's going to go into a vlog with him editing it out. He's just chop off at the beginning and the end and everything. And
also to kind of show some of you guys like how much actually has to go into stuff like this.
Yeah, so you know, especially the ones that sit there and hate on somebody for their videos, you know what I mean? Like saying, "Oh, that video sucked," blah blah blah, and somebody put a lot of time in there. You know, I personally don't put any stock into people saying that. It's just you know, you just take that with a grain of salt because haters are haters. We already know that. We already did that video. But I'm just saying that that some people that will affect. Like some people will get bothered by that and think that, oh man, I got to work harder. I got to work harder. No, you don't. Don't, you know, if you get 50 comments and there's a couple comments like that, take them with a grain of salt. Actually, take them less than a grain of salt. Don't even count them as comments. I mean, just count them as hate. That's all that it is. It's not helping you any. So, but anyway, 3.5 hours to do, and technically that video, if we were doing just a trick shot video, that would have been what was that, a minute and a half or two?
It was
Almost 2
about
minutes.
1 minute 53 seconds.
Yeah, so almost 2 minute video, 3 hours, 3.5 hours of editing. That's not telling you about the time that it takes to actually do the video. That would have took us probably, if we tried one shot and it didn't work out at all, which took us like 20 minutes and it wasn't working, and we found out why later. But the 3 shots that we did, the 3 different things, that took us probably a total of about a half hour.
Yeah.
Or a little bit longer, maybe, a little bit longer. Just
accounting just for like I know that like just the amount of footage we got was about 7-9 minutes per individual.
Yeah, that's not counting taking the camera, setting it up sometimes, or taking a water break or something like that.
Because it was stinking hot.
Yeah, it was really hot. I mean, I was drenched. I was soaking wet. Tom had
Today is much nicer.
Tom had to change his shirt. He was.
I was wearing a heavier shirt,
and it was very uncomfortable. And
the sun didn't have the sun didn't have a cloud in the sky. There was not a cloud in the sky. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it was smoking hot. Today,
the sun's beating down on us as we're just standing there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was worried the camera's going to overheat at any second.
Yeah.
It was just directly in sunlight. Hands just on because I had to hold it the entire time because, you can't let it do any practice shots. If he practices and makes it.
Yeah, so, right. That exactly. It's not like, Tom, let me practice a few, even though I do like that because I think repetitive stuff will get you into the zone more.
Yeah.
And, but I just want to let you guys know. So a video like that on our channel, just say we're making $7 or $8 per 1,000 views on that video. I don't know what it got now because we're making this video before that video goes out. But if I have to guesstimate, it's gonna make probably between 2,000 to 4,000 views, somewhere in that range. If I have to guess on that, you all right?
There's a little bug in my water.
Yeah, it's probably that mosquito that you were swatting at.
A tiny bug.
So anyway, guys. So
I can't drink any more of it.
So.
Thank you.
So guys, what I'm saying is that so we might make, just say we'll make $20 on that video, right? I'm not complaining about that, except for the fact that what I'm saying is that you did those videos all the time, and if you start adding in the time that it took him and us to do, between 2 people now you're dividing that, so you're dividing that $20, we each made $10 on that video. And now if you take that from the time, now it took me a lot less time, so I made $10 for probably a half hour, right? So I got paid pretty decent.
Yeah.
His $10 though.
My $10 is stretched across
he had
5.5 hours.
Well, yeah, 5.5 hours. So
roughly
5.5.
Accounting like camera time, setup.
Oh yeah, okay.
Going over things, being outside.
Yeah, say 5.5. So he's getting, less than $2 an hour, which is way under minimum wage.
Yeah. You know how it was outside. YouTube, you owe me hazard pay.
Yeah, but no, it's just to show you how hard it is to make a living for one. But the other thing is just to make the video worthwhile to make. If you don't do it just for the love of making videos, it's really rough to do that, to actually be making money off of YouTube to make it worthwhile. Especially if you're doing it as a backup, like for instance, for me, I probably won't even take that $10. That $10 probably all going to go to Tom, because Tom gets the majority of the money.
Right.
I get money. Don't get me wrong. We have 2 channels, so I get money. But this is my second job. This is something else. But I really enjoy doing this. The same thing with Joe. Tom, this is his livelihood. So we give. He makes, but he does the hardest work. I mean, I got to go out and shoot a little basketball and flip a water bottle and throw a frisbee for 20 minutes. Even though it was hot, the heat doesn't bother me like it does him.
No, I am.
But he had to edit it all, and that's where the time can really come in when you're making complicated or making videos. And you can make some really cool trick shot videos. It just takes a lot longer than what the people actually get to see. Mm-hmm. None of those. There's nobody that can just do that stuff.
Another instance of putting it in perspective. Is, I'm just saying, agreeing with you. Like, this is another instance of putting it in perspective. That, like, those trick shot videos, like, you saw how many times it took. Like, the bottle flip was what, 26?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was 20. I showed you the numbers.
I don't remember the numbers.
It was 26. I'm remembering now.
It's funny because it didn't really seem like it was that many for me. the bottle flips. Didn't seem like it was that
right.
that
Well,
many.
the bottle flips are going fast just because it was pretty much like right there. You threw it, I threw it back.
Yeah,
that was real
that's
quick.
probably why.
Because the frisbee, that was 24, and that felt like it took a lot longer.
Yeah, well, when I made up these shots to do, I wasn't thinking. I had 4 different frisbees. Or 5?
4 of them, yeah.
4 of them.
Which you can see in the video because the one that we make it in showing the successful trick shots at the beginning
Was green.
shows
right?
green, but the first one that you see when we go to the all the attempts leading up to it, the first ones you see are blue.
Blue or red. There's
We
a
have
red
2
one,
blue,
too.
yeah, but the red one didn't come into later. But I'm saying that like, you know, we start off with different ones, and then we just kind of narrowed it down. Like, okay, this is the one that's gonna work.
And we tried 4 frisbees, so this way it was like it would have took forever for Tom to keep throwing them back to me one at a time. And Tom's not the best frisbee thrower.
Excuse you, I threw them pretty good.
You did, but some of them like went over to the side or went at my feet
Yeah,
every
it's just
time.
the longer we went was the worse it got.
Yeah, you didn't do bad. You didn't do bad.
Like the first half.
You think you can make it in the basket?
Maybe in 24 tries.
But my point is when I was doing that, because there were 4 different frisbees, they were 4 different weights. They weren't the exact same frisbee, so they were a little bit off on weight. So each one of them was different. I think when we got the green one down, we were just doing the green one.
Yeah.
We stopped doing all the other ones, and Tom just kept throwing it right back to me, and I kept doing it. And at that point, it didn't take that long.
Yeah, I think you had it in 3 once we just stuck with the green one.
And anything with for me myself is I get better at something the more I do it. Whether it's cornhole, whether it's
which something that you guys didn't get
horseshoes.
to see.
Go ahead.
Something you guys didn't get to see is that when he was doing the basketball thing. Pardon me. When he was doing the basketball thing, he was coming down and getting the ball every time.
Yeah.
But, and the key thing was when you said it.
Right.
When he said, I do a lot better when I have a rhythm, and when I don't have to keep breaking it to go and get it, that just clicked. I was like, oh, we're not going to get this unless I start going over and getting it. You'll see that there's, I think, a couple of clips in which you see the camera start moving as I go to get it.
And then Tom's arms started to get wobbly because now he's running and getting exhausted and getting back
They
there.
were
and
already
everything.
wobbly by
They were
that
wobbly
point
before
because
that.
it was just
Yeah,
that hot.
but our whole point of this video is like something like this has to be your passion that you really like to do with the videos. And as far as money wise, don't expect to get rich off of this unless you
don't expect like, oh, I'll do videos. That's easy money.
Yeah, unless you hit on something, which you never know what you're going to hit with a video that could go viral, and you're going to make a decent amount of money on those videos. But just start, and I'm only giving this out as the initial starting of a channel. Don't expect it to get. You might. I mean, some people are blessed and they get real lucky and hit something that goes viral or whatever, and that's great. But I'm saying you gotta. Most of the videos and most people because that doesn't happen to everybody. I mean, if you take the big giant YouTubers, and how many people make videos that don't make any money. A lot of channels don't even make money because they don't get enough subscribers and views to even hit the threshold to be allowed to. We're very lucky, and that's only because of Jesse to begin with that we were in that the Psycho series, which generated people that liked us and wanted to watch us and stuff like that, and we kept doing it and everything else, and we have a pretty good following of
which we are very thankful to all you guys.
Yes, and we're thankful to Jesse because if it wasn't for him at the very beginning, we wouldn't have this channel. I think maybe we would have been able to make monetization on one of them.
We'd have made it. We wouldn't have made it as much.
Yeah, but it's. How many videos do we have now? Over 1,000, right?
We've got over.
Well, we
1,000.
just took down 60, but we already talked about that.
Yeah, it's like 1,080, roughly.
Right. So it's taken us a long time, and you keep at it if you love it. Just keep at it, do it. But we just wanted to give a little perspective of how a little video can be so time-consuming to make, and you put so much into that, and sometimes you can get down on yourself because it's like, wow, I worked so hard on that video and I didn't get hardly any views. But if I sit here and talk like this, I'll get more views, or I'll get the same amount of views, which means I made this money from just sitting here and bull crapping or just talking, I say bull crapping, I don't mean bull crapping like that, I mean but just talking about different things and stuff like that. So it just gives you a perspective of how hard it can be in this in this kind of a business if you're a full-time YouTuber. Don't get discouraged. Just keep doing it, and remember why you do it. Remember, yeah, you're doing it because you love doing it. If you don't love doing it, this is a very difficult thing to get into.
Yes.
So I think with that, we can end it now.
That we can. Give me a second.
So until next time, guys, grab yourself something cold to drink. Put your feet up and relax. We'll meet you at the lounge. Not very good. Now clean that mustard off of you, will you?
It's a...